Now, going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have the Museum of Pop. Well, they're advertising a drag camp for kids. Huh. You might ask, what the hell does this have to do with music? Good question. You might also ask, wait a minute. We were told you're paranoid for saying they're going after kids. Yeah, about that. This comes to us thanks to Libs of TikTok over on the X Twitter, which she says, quote, the Museum of Pop is advertising a drag camp for kids where drag queens teach children how to become drag queens and create their own drag persona. They're proud to be grooming children, but we're the weird ones. And granted, I know sometimes I can barely enunciate, yet alone speak articulately, which is another friendly reminder to click that subscribe button, especially if you're on the big green streaming platform, because my goal is to get there 200 subscribers by the end of the month. A little ambitious, I know, but gotta aim high. And I have a theory. When I first started the show, basically 0 subscribers, and I spoke even worse. Believe it or not, I spoke even faster, not really articulate, more of a robotic voice. But every time I've gained more subscribers, my speaking has slowly but surely become more articulate to the goal. Someday, maybe, if you get 1,000,000 subscribers or more, I will have a full episode without any speaking mishaps. It's just a theory I have. It's been, I think, proven thus far. But if you could go ahead and take that time to click that subscribe button and or tell your friends, or shoot, tell your enemies as well. Maybe they will soon become your friends. Or they'll hate you even more because they disdain this content. You never know. Find out. But going back to this, you see the drag queen dressed up there with about 5 pounds of makeup, which, I mean, I guess that's good for your neck muscles to exercise like that. That's a lot of makeup there. They also this contour. Kind of almost looks like a Iron Man painted onto this person's face with a hat that's ridiculously weird and sunglasses that, yeah, to me look weird as well. Now, this is, again, straight from the website. They say, quote, ages 12 to 18, quote, calling all current and future royalty. Your invitation to slay is here. I'll stop that right there. That word has been so used and abused past couple years. Unless you're in Dungeons and Dragons, don't use that word. It's just ridiculous. Now they say, quote, explore self-expression in this camp, led by Seattle performer Joshua Hancock, featuring performers Kara Soltra, King Leo Maine, and Mia Moore, where you'll immerse yourself in drag history, learn hair and makeup techniques, and create your persona with your own name and stage presence. Then it'll be time to own the stage in a private showcase to celebrate your new drag identity. Now, as far as it's highlighted, they also say, quote, MPOP will provide cosmetics, wigs, nails, etc. Though, disappointingly enough for the craftsmen, not the actual nails you can use to build awesome furniture. They mean the actual fingernails, which, yeah, when I was a kid, I thought those were all nail stores. Fun little fact, when you're driving around town, it's like, oh no, those aren't. You go to Home Depot for that. Or Lowe's if you're, a wife at home. They say, quote, I'm kidding, kind of. They say, quote, some additional supplies like single-use makeup or specialty props, wigs, or cosmetics may need to be purchased. Tuition, who the hell is paying this? $380 if registered prior to 5/30, $400 if registered after 5/31. MPOP members receive a $25 discount on camps. So not only is this horrifying, but it's also, you're paying for this. All that money to emotionally scar your kids. I guess we should be too surprised at these days, given the current political and rather cultural climate in the United States. And went moderately viral, got a couple 100,000 views the first couple of hours, got 4.4 thousand likes as well. One of the first comments comes from Paul Zuba saying, quote, targeting children with adult content is immoral and illegal. This should be no different. And 43 likes, which I can't but think you should probably do an extra background check of the people hosting this event, because statistically speaking, it's kind of horrifying when you find out. Planet of Memes, though they did not respond in meme form, just text. However, well, go ahead and play this alleged Planet of Memes. Says, quote, why can't people just leave the kids alone? Getting 39 likes. Good question. The Texas one simply said, killed abusers, getting 11 likes, which I did change the vernacular to make this moderately more family friendly. Cash Loren says, why do they always target kids? Getting 4 likes. Marissa said, I never ever thought wanting to protect a child's innocence would be considered a hateful and wrong. How did we get here? Getting 137 likes, which I think we would go back to old slippery slope, no longer theory, just a fact, as we allowed everything to happen. And as cliche as it sounds, the, what was it? Was it the Reverend's wife in The Simpsons? She would clichely, she would always say, someone think of the children. And then ironically, I think she was right along, because past couple decades, no one really has. And yeah. Evil Texan, though ironically, kind of think he's the good Texan. Nevertheless, he claims, well, again, cover your ears if you have children listening. He says, pedos have become mainstream. We will not forget this. Quote, getting 61 likes, which, Salty goat. Ooh, cover your eyeballs, because this is horrifying. He says, he says, I honestly cannot believe how weird MAGA is. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's quite the antithesis. And here you have a biological man trying to chest feed a child. Yeah, I got 57 likes, and yeah, it's horrifying what's going on these days. They rather have their child in malnutrition, yeah, just to indulge their own deranged and perverse behavior. Going down, you have the Simpsons parody where they have the bus driver pointing at something. He says, "Don't make me tap the sign." It says, "It's not rocket science, guys. They're just evil and want to abuse kids." I got 47 likes. Let's see here. If there's any contrarian statements here, because there are presumably millions of Americans who do think this is not only tolerable, but think it's a good idea, and their parents paying for this. Like $400. I mean, jeez. So not to make contrarian comments here, not granted it's a biased sample size. This lives on TikTok. I would guess the average person following lives on TikTok is more middle of the road or right on average if you were to break down culturally and politically have her audience. Let's see here. Do one more. Hey Kid says, looks like Denver's Dragon Taunty uplifting the performance by providing a safe and professional mentors. Jeez. Yeah. There you have a says beginning in 2017, Drag Unite. Terrible word pun. I usually give word puns the accolades no matter who says them, if they're well spoken. Looks like is Dracula and drag. And it says, I'll reset the quote. Beginning in 2017, Drag Unite has been uplifting young performers by providing a safe stage with professional mentors to let drag kids shine. Yeah, and then of course they have the kid dressed up like that with the person there. Interestingly enough, that didn't get any likes, but horrifying picture. And this is becoming more and more mainstream. This is like an outlier situation reserved only for San Francisco. This is exponentially increasing in popularity in the United States. And culturally speaking, we see a little bit of backlash, but it's quite concerning. I mean, even in the great state, or some might argue the great country of Texas, well, there are instances where you had child-friendly, and I use quotation marks because there's no such thing, they had child-friendly drag shows because they are inherently sexual by their very nature. I believe it was actually Denton. They had a show at a bar, again, 2 strikes, kids shouldn't be there twice. And legally, the kids should not be allowed there. Yeah, the police acquiesced, just saying, well, we don't want to cause a ruckus. So, I mean, there's a huge cultural reinforcement, not just the law in this case. I mean, it was just like these parades where you have naked adults in front of children. Legally, they should be thrown in jail for, I want to say 100 years, 1,000 years. But culturally, those cities like it and they embrace it, they celebrate it. It's quite horrifying and illegal, but police acquiesce and do nothing in many cases. Not saying all, but in many cases. And yeah, I think education is key in terms of, I don't think the average American still realizes how popular these trends are, especially with the kids. And I hope people, figure this out, and that's why I kind of bring it up. But let me know, I mean, anecdotally speaking, in your community, is this a common practice? I mean, do local parents actually pay and celebrate and have their kids go off to do these things? Let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make sure it better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.